Hey guys, it's Andy, and today we have the Makeup Firsts tag. If you'd like to hear all of my answers to the questions, then please stay tuned, as this is the look that we create together using the Huda Beauty New Nudes palette. Everything I'm using and all of my socials will be listed, of course, in the description box below. So as always, if you like makeup unboxings with a little bit of horror sprinkled in, please consider subscribing, as I would love to have you here, and let's just go ahead and get on into it. Alright, so this was created by Glitter Fallout, and I will have her listed down below, as well as who I saw this from, and I saw Caitlin Foreman do this video, and I really liked this tag. This is the Makeup First tag, and I just want to give you guys my answers to this as well. Oh, guys, we have an empty! We caught it on camera! Oh, that's super awesome. I did go in with primer. Everything unlisted, if I don't talk about it, will be in the description box. But we just got it on camera. It is done. It is all pumped out. This was my NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer that was in my Beauty A to Z project that I've been using as a foundation, which is what I'm going to be using it for today. That's so exciting. So sorry to get super excited about that, but I didn't think I'd be catching an empty on camera. But I might need to add a little bit of another foundation because I don't know if this is going to be enough, but we will get into the first question. So question number 1 is, what made you interested in makeup originally? So for me, I've been interested in makeup ever since I was a little kid, like watching my mom do makeup. I've loved it. My mom wasn't super into makeup. She was mostly mascara, occasionally some eyeliner, and a lip stain. If she was gonna wear any kind of lipstick, it was a lip stain. So that was really it, but I loved it. I loved the creativity of it. I loved just throwing things on and throwing them together. So that's what really got me into makeup, is one, seeing my mom do makeup, and she always was so happy with herself when she would put makeup on, and so I loved that. But then I loved the creativity of it, just getting to do whatever you want, however you want to do it, because I'm a firm believer that makeup has no rules. Just slap stuff on your face and be creative. Like, you are a blank canvas. Actually, I think what was left is good. I could add another pump of something, but I mean, I'm going to add concealer, so I'm not too mad at it. That was so cool to catch that on camera. So I got my empty. That was awesome. I love that concealer, by the way, in case you are curious. My only complaint about this concealer is that it has a 6-month shelf life, and I assume it's just because it's a serum-y concealer. It's got tremella mushroom in it. So I assume just because of the skincare ingredients in this, which is why it only has a 6-month shelf life. That's my only complaint, is just, all of my other concealers are a year, which is why I pulled this into a project to use it up. But other than that, I love the concealer. Question number 2 is the first makeup you remember applying. And for me, I very distinctly remember a couple things. The first makeup I remember applying were the e.l.f. liquid black eyeliner. It's my go-to. It's still a favorite today. I love that eyeliner so much. I think it is so good. And I remember when it was $1 and it's like $3 now. Inflation, am I right? It's still really, really good. I love it so much. I remember I inherited my mom's lip stains. and I loved using them. So those were my first two products. I would do a bold, like, giant black wing and then, like, a hot pink lip stain. And then the first makeup I remember buying and using on my own was from Claire's. And it was a little... If I can find a photo of it, I will try to insert a photo here if I can find it. But it was a little circular palette with a bunch of neon shades. And I would do, like, hot pink and yellow or green and purple. And I would just be crazy with it. And I used to get made fun of for doing that, but I absolutely loved it. And it actually, for Claire's makeup, I would love to be able to find it today and retry it. Let me know if you'd like to see that video, because I will gladly go try and find it, because I think that would be so fun. But that's really what sparked my creative spirit, was that Claire's palette. So I'm just going to blend out my concealer real quick, and then I will get into question number 3. All right, question number 3 is first YouTuber you remember watching. And honestly, I don't know. I used to watch a lot of, like, one-off videos. Like, I wouldn't subscribe to people. Like, I used YouTube as, like, Google as a search engine. Like, I would look up, like, winged eyeliner tutorial, and I would just watch a couple of the videos. But I wouldn't subscribe to anybody. But I think if I had to pick people that I originally, like, subscribed to for makeup content, would be, like, a lot of the OG beauty YouTubers. Like, I really liked Nikki Tutorials. Unfortunately, Jeffree Star, but he was super prominent back then, and he was someone that I watched a lot of. Manny MUA is someone I still watch. I still watch Nikki Tutorials occasionally. And then I used YouTube a lot, which I still do, for gaming. Like, in my spare time, I'm either watching beauty content or I'm watching gaming content. There really is no in-between for me. So, it's makeup or it's video games. That's about it. I'm going to finish powdering and we will move on. All right, question number 4 is the first high-end makeup product you bought. And I know this specifically because it's my Pan That palette for this year. So if you haven't seen that video, I will try to remember to link it down below. But it's my Pan That palette this year because the theme was Pan Your Oldest Palette. And it's my Huda Beauty New Nudes palette. It'll be the palette that I use today for my eyeshadow look as well. So we will get there, but I had went specifically, I'd saved up money to go to Sephora. It was my first time ever inside of a Sephora store, and I wanted to buy a high-end palette. That was what I went there for, and I couldn't decide between... There was the Tarte palette with the 4 weird shaped glitters in the middle. I will insert a photo. So there was this palette. I was really wanting that one because I loved the pressed glitters. I almost bought the AVH Soft Glam because that's, like, all anyone could talk about. But it just looked boring. But the color story of this palette, this was right when this palette came out, was just so romantic and pretty that I had to get it. So, it was a done deal, and I love it. It's my oldest palette. It's my only Huda palette, but it's the most money I've ever... Not now, but it, at the time, was the most money I had ever spent on a palette. Or on makeup, period. Question number 5 is... First makeup you waited and bought the second it released. I'm not huge into doing that. Just because I'm not good at getting things right when they launch. I've done it occasionally, but it's just not really my shtick. But what I put for this is my Prettiest for Your Face singles. A lot of those, like, I waited for specific, like the Halloween drop, I waited to place an order until that collection launched because I wanted the Halloween shadows and the highlighter. And I bought them that day that they dropped. There's been a lot of things that they drop and I want them, but a lot of things like ColourPop Thursday, I don't get paid on Thursdays. Well, we don't get paid on Thursdays. So I can never get ColourPop things the day that they launch because that's just not my payday. And a lot of things launch on Thursdays, or they'll launch super early in the morning, and they're not my time zone, and it's a whole to-do. So that's what I put for my answer for that, because I waited up, I put my order in the minute those launched. So, yeah. For number 6, who's your first makeup muse and your current favorite? I would say my first makeup muse was probably Nikki Tutorials, just because she was doing such creative looks at the time, and she still is doing creative looks now. She is just such an icon. She is so ethereal and stunning and creative, and she's beauty, she's grace. What I would give to have an ounce of her talent. And you shouldn't compare yourself to others, but oh my god, is she so talented. This is the e.l.f. Jelly highlight, the shade Cloud, by the way. And then I went with my Fenty contour in the shade Amber, and then the Natasha Denona Love Cheek Duo, the cream blush side for my cream blush. I know I said I would list them below, but some people like to hear it on the screen too, so I thought I would say it. But yeah, Nikki Tutorials was absolutely my first muse because she's just so inspiring, especially for someone like me who loves the creative side to makeup. But my muse now, I would have to probably say Teresa is dead, because she just doesn't give a shit about what people think. And I feel like we could all strive to be a little bit more like that, while still caring about others, still being a super amazing, awesome person. She's fantastic. And all these people that I'm mentioning, that are good and relevant, I will leave them also linked in the description box in case you want to check them out as well. I'm sure you've heard of them. If you're watching a small channel like me, I'm sure you've heard of all of the bigger channels for sure, but you never know. So, move all the things. I'm going to go with my Viseart bronzer. This is the shade Bronze Noi. Question number 7 is, first time you had your makeup done by someone. I've only ever had my makeup done by someone else one time. And that was when I was 9. I went to Indiana and had met my dad's side of the family for the first time. And my cousin's fiance at the time, she is his wife now, I believe. I believe they're still married. I haven't spoken to them in a very long time, but she was in cosmetology school. She did hair and makeup and nails and all of that. And I think we were going out to dinner or something. And so she curled my hair and did my makeup. And it's the one and only time someone else has ever done my makeup. And it was so fun. I would love to have someone else do my makeup now. I think it would be so interesting to, one, like, let go of control and let someone else do it, but also just to see the techniques that other people do. I think it would be so nice, just to, you know, perspective. Number 8, what's the first product that you should declutter but can't? I'm pretty good about decluttering for the most part. I try to keep my collection pared down, but I think it would be eyelashes, just because I, like, never wear them. I just like how mascara looks. Like, every once in a while I put on a lash, and when I do, it does go with the look, and it really amps up what I'm doing, but 9 times out of 10, I'm just a mascara girly. So that is just my preferred method. But I have so many pairs of lashes, it's a little bit ridiculous, to be honest. And then question number 9, and this is the last question for this little palette tag here. What's the first thing someone should know about makeup? And in my oh so very humble opinion, I think the first thing, like, if you don't know much about makeup, the first thing that you should really know and research is your personal, what your face shape is, what your undertone is. Like, that will go miles. Like, I've spent over the years, like, I remember years ago Googling videos about what is my face shape, and, like, now they have TikTok filters and things, but, like, figuring out what your face shape is so you can better find what would be your most, what's the word that I'm looking for? I don't want to say proper, but, like, the nicest placement for your face shape that's going to make your features pop. Like, I have a very round face, so, like, where I put my bronzer, my contour, my blush, my highlight is going to be very different than someone with a very oval face or a square face, a heart-shaped face. Like, there's so many different face shapes. And then your undertone, that's going to help tell you, you know, so that you can better match your foundations, your concealers, your complexion products, what bronzers are going to work better. Obviously, you can wear whatever you want. They have lighteners, darkeners, they have blues that can help combat the yellows. So, like, you can fix all of your products to work for you. But if you know your face shape and your undertone, like, that'll save you so much time and effort, in my opinion. So I'm going to really quick go do my eyebrows and finish my eyes, which are just, like I said, going to use my Huda New Nudes palette. Just going to do something. I don't even know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to go do my eye look. I'll come back with a finished look. But that was the whole tag, so I will be back, and we'll go from there. All right, so here is the finished look. We have some natural light coming in here, so let me try and show you guys from the better lighting. But I think it turned out nice. Like I said, this was the palette tag here. I will leave all of the relevant information linked down below, all of the questions. I would love to hear your answers. If you've done this one, let me know in the comments so I can watch your video. But I appreciate you guys listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.